Best phone under 20,000. So here we have two options. One is a Realme Narzo 70 Pro and next is the Iqoo 7. And if you're willing to spend an extra, then we have the Nothing Phone 2A also. Then we had two more options. One is the Vivo T3 5G and another one was the Realme 12 Plus. Actually, we skipped this guy because it have the Sony LYT 600 OIS sensor and this have the flagship IMX 890. So that's obvious reason why I choose the Realme Narzo 70 Pro over the Realme 12 Plus. Apart from that, almost all the specs are same. And if you compare with the Vivo T3 and the Iqoo 7, almost they share the same specs, but actually it's a bit advantage for the Iqoo 7. So guys, these are the three displays. Could you tell me which is the best or which is the Nothing Phone 2A, i7 or the Realme Narzo 70 Pro? Let me help you with this level of saturation. The one which is really saturated is this guy, and this is Iqoo 7, and one which gives the natural colors is obviously the Nothing Phone 2A. You can see its colors is a bit pale if you compare with the Iqoo 7 as well as the Realme Narzo 70 Pro. So this is a maximum saturated, this is in medium, and this is low in terms of saturation. And in terms of the brightness, I would say, I think in terms of the brightness also the Iqoo 7 is slightly better. Yeah, these two are equally good. So these three of them are performing. So I would say in terms of brightness, this is Iqoo 7 is also takes the lead over here. And the first, I would say Iqoo 7, next Realme Narzo, and third for the Nothing. So next is time for the speaker test on these three of them. So let me start off from the Iqoo 7. Okay, that was just okay performance. Okay, now next is the Realme. Wow. Impressive. Wow, that's better than the Iqoo 7. Now it's time for the final contestant. That's the Nothing Phone 2A. Oh. Okay. So that was a clear win for the Realme Narzo 70 Pro. So, and the third position goes to Iqoo 7, and in between the Nothing Phone 2A. So this is the camera UI of these three of them. And if you ask me about the specifications, obviously the Nothing Phone 2A takes the lead because of 50MP main camera, 50MP ultra wide, and a whooping 32MP selfie camera over here. If you ask me about these two guys, the Iqoo as well as the Realme have 60MP selfie cameras and just a 50MP main camera, and the secondary 2MB just named a depth camera, which is almost useless for the Iqoo. And over here we are getting an 8MB ultra wide and then a 2MB macro, and the main camera is 50MB for the Realme as well as the Iqoo. And this is the 0.6 ultra wide, 1x, 2x, and maximum you can go up to 10x. Versus this guy can only have two options. One is the 1x as well as 2x. No ultra wide option is available because there is no ultra wide camera, and the maximum is 10x over here. Versus this is a Realme. It is having an 8MB ultra wide, a 1x, 2x, and maximum up to 20x is the digital zoom, which is available for the Realme. These are videos. In terms of videos, these three of them can record 4K 30 FPS, but the things get different when it comes to the stabilization. The Iqoo have a clear advantage of having stabilization even at 4K at 30 FPS, which is a really good matter. And versus the Nothing Phone 2A as well as the Realme have 4K 30 FPS, but when you turn on the stabilization, it would automatically switch to 1080p at 30 FPS on the Nothing Phone 2A versus 1080p at 60 FPS on the Realme. Only after the detailed comparison of these three cameras, we can tell the verdict which is best and which is performing average and which one performs low. So this is the performance scores of these three of them. So this Iqoo is that 9 comes to the Dimensity 7200 versus the Nothing Phone 2A comes to the 7200 Pro, and this comes to 7050, which is a 6nm versus these two of them are 4nm. And if you look at the Iqoo 7 with the Ultra Game mode and the Monster mode, it scored 7,26,000, and the major gain occurred is in terms of the CPU. It's 2,38,000 versus it just scored close to 2 lakh over here, and the GPU seems same on both of them. And Next is the Dimensity 7050, which is obviously like 6 nanometer. So the scores are low because it's 1,76,000 and the GPU is 1,13. So that's a bit low in terms of the performance for the Realme 12 Plus as well as the Realme Narzo 70 Pro. This is the Pro test of these three of them. So Iqoo E9 performs the best. No throttling is detected on the Iqoo E9 versus if you look at the 7000 Pro, you can see CPU to 88% of maximum performance on the Nothing Phone 2A versus on the Realme 12 Plus as well as the Realme Narzo 70 Pro, you can see CPU to 88% of maximum performance, which is okay. You can see these two are okay performance versus the Iqoo E9 is the best, no throttling. These three devices come with 5000 mAh battery, and within the box itself, these two comes with adapters, 67 watt and over here 44 watt, but actually we need to buy a adapter separately which supports 45 watt of charging. Now regarding UI, so out of these three, which is a stock Android vanilla like experience, so obviously Nothing Phone 2A, versus luckily these two of them have no bloatwares. But the thing is, if you ask me regarding the updations, actually the Nothing Phone 2A is slightly better than these two of them in terms of the updates also. But the thing when it comes to the features, the Iqoo E9 comes with a lot of features, including the Ultra Game Mode, which has a lot of gaming features over here, versus the Realme Narzo 70 Pro, which comes with a lot of hand gesture features. So that's also, so in feature wise, I would like these two of them, but for the stock Android and the vanilla smooth experience, I would prefer the Nothing. Out of these three, which one is best? Then I would say if you have the budget to go for the Nothing Phone 2A, then you are getting a really great hardware, and definitely after updates it will get even better. So I would definitely recommend the Nothing Phone 2A. And out of these two phones, Iqoo E9 versus the Realme Narzo 70 Pro, which one I would pick? If you ask me in terms of the camera, I would definitely go with the Realme Narzo 70 Pro because the Sony IMX890 is really good, along with the ultra-wide camera, and the front cameras are good over here. And over here on the Iqoo E9, it's a decent camera, but actually it's lacking an ultra wide camera over here, just a main camera and a 16 MP selfie camera, which is decent. And I would give a second for the cameras. First, the cameras is for the Realme. If you're a gamer, then I would definitely prefer the Iqoo E9 over the what we call the Realme Narzo 70 Pro, because the display along with the ultra game mode features is superb over the Iqoo E9, and regarding the performance also. Versus if you are into the cameras, you can go with the Realme Narzo. So guys, that's today. Signing off. It's Phone Mania.